My biggest fears is that we're not meeting the needs of our students. And the biggest issue here is that we do have the money. We absolutely have the money. We just have to prioritize where that is.
Another Fayette County school has announced a program cut. Parents and teachers at Cassidy Elementary say they are upset to lose another special program and another teacher.
But right now, they say they just want answers from the district. WKYT's Grayson Passmore has our top story at 11.
Cassidy Elementary now joins the growing list of Fayette County public schools to lose a specials program. This school will lose their arts program.
So there's a real disconnect in how the funding is going and where the funding is needed. And the continued pass the buck statement of, you know, this is a building level decision is problematic.
According to an FCPS spokesperson, the district is adjusting to losing ESSER funding, relief funding distributed during the pandemic. Going on to say student enrollment numbers are also down. Now the district has instructed each school's school-based decision-making council to decide which program, therefore which employee position will be cut.
But the issue here is that they're asked to make an impossible decision they shouldn't have to choose. These programs, in order to keep them safe, the arts need to be funded by the district.
Organizer of Kentucky 120 United AFT and a former teacher, Laura Hartkey says parents want to know where money in the district's budget is going.
What could be next? We don't know. You know, I don't want my children to attend a school with 40 peers in their classroom. I don't want the teachers to have to shoulder that burden.
On the PTA board at Cassidy, Rachel Buser says they're fortunate they'll be able to work with local artists next school year. But she knows in most schools, once these programs are cut, they'll just be gone.
Our budgets are getting cut when the administrative budgets are only increasing. We have all of these luxuries, and yet our children and our schools and our teachers are feeling less supported every day.
In Fayette County, Grayson Passmore, WKYT.
Now, we did reach out to the school district with questions specifically asking about the budget and how much money cuts like these are saving. We were instead referred to a previous statement which said that the Fayette County Public Schools made no budget cuts and each school's site-based decision-making council will choose how to spend the funds allocated for staffing.